Welcome to the scorched, blinding African savanna where swirling dust storms swallow all trace of life. Through this lawless land walks a stocky outcast, stepping proudly over every rules of primal survival. Lacking a lion size or a leopard speed, it rules under one name, Honey Badger, the ultimate outlaw. Its low-slung, compact frame drags close to the gravel, clad in a gritty coat of black and white. Walking with cold arrogance, it shows complete contempt for the savanna's tallest killers. This suicidal bravado is no illusion. It is forged by an indestructible evolutionary armor. Faced with pride lions, it spits fury. Encountering giant serpents, it turns them into dynamic meals. The Guinness Book officially crowns this savage beast the most fearless creature on Earth. No predator dares cross its path because the cost of conflict is always paid in severe pain. It reigns as a primal shadow of fury, charging straight into fatal danger without a second thought. This unyielding pride is anchored deep inside a thick, rubbery biological armor. Let us dissect this outlaw's dark anatomy to reveal how it commands such absolute defiance. Welcome to Chapter 2, Deconstructing the Unyielding Biology of Nature's Ultimate Survivor. Weighing in at a mere 12 kilograms, this small warrior is no larger than a common house dog. Measuring barely 70 centimeters, it stands as a tiny specter in a land ruled by giants. Yet the golden key to its survival lies in its incredibly thick, extremely loose and rubbery hide. Even if clamped hard by a massive predator's jaws, it can spin its body 180 degrees inside its skin. It instantly strikes back with razor bites, sinking into the attacker's vulnerable snout or eyes. This shield is so impenetrable that fangs or poison teeth fail to reach its crucial veins. Supplementing this is a set of 4-centimeter digging claws forged as tough as carbon steel. A bone-shattering bite force allows its stocky jaw to crack rock-solid tortoise shells instantly. Added to its arsenal, a specialized scent gland sprays a suffocating foul musk to blind opponents. This biochemical mist is so toxic it can completely paralyze and subdue entire swarms of killer bees. The absolute pinnacle of its defense lies in its unique, highly specialized neurotoxin resistance. A chemical shield protecting it from the fatal venom of the savanna's deadliest cobras and vipers. Specialized cellular receptors isolate and lock away deadly venoms before they can damage the nerves, allowing the badger to resurrect in hours even after receiving a bite that could drop a giant elephant. A high-density skeletal structure reinforces its entire resistance against blunt force trauma. Witness this biological armor pushed to the extreme absolute limit in the savage trials of Chapter 3. The lethal trail begins, a bone-chilling deathmatch against the massive, toxic king cobra. Under an ancient, thorny acacia root, a 4-meter king cobra hisses with cold fury, flaring its hood. Its lethal neurotoxin forces rapid, complete organ shutdown in a massive victim within hours. Yet the honey badger attacks head-on, completely deaf to the deadly threat and warnings. At lightning velocity, the cobra strikes, embedding its toxic daggers deep into the badger's snout. Concentrated poison floods the bloodstream, sending destructive shockwaves throughout its cells. Screaming in pure madness, the badger crushes the cobra's head before paralysis locks its muscles. Yet the massive neurotoxin hit exacts its toll, dropping the stubborn outlaw motionless onto the gray sand. Its cold flesh lies completely still, as if the Grim Reaper has finally harvested this legendary survivor. Nevertheless, its advanced chemical receptors immediately begin neutralizing and isolating the toxic stream. Miraculously, 2 hours after the bite, its scarred snout twitches as those small, wild eyes snap open. Standing up robustly, it shakes away the desert sand, ready to reclaim its dominance. It calmly devours the dead king cobra, treats the lethal snake as a simple midday nap. This absolute stubborn madness elevates this small beast to mythical status in Chapter 4, where it stands alone facing 3 colossal savanna lions attempting to claim its domain, bearing 0 fear genes. The small outlaw charges directly forward, biting at its colossal opponents. The giant lions retreat in utter confusion, completely intimidated by the screaming madman. It even aggressively strips fresh prey from leopards high atop the thorny acacia branches. This reckless fury crowns the badger as the undisputed outlaw, the heavy thug of the savanna. Even a starving pack of hyenas scatters in panic, paralyzed by this outlaw's absolute drive. The grizzly is bold, but the compact badger commands the true biological crown of fearless survival. If its young are threatened, a mother badger will charge a massive male lion without dread. Now the simulated one-on-one deathmatch between honey badger and leopard begins in Chapter 5. Welcome to the simulated 3-round arena showdown designed by WildVersus BBC. Round 1. The leopard's lethal neck bite clashes against the badger's loose, rubbery hide armor. The leopard's jaws squeeze the neck skin, but the fangs slip away, failing to crush the windpipe. Round 2. The honey badger executes its signature 180-degree skin rotation, biting back in rage. Roaring in absolute agony, the leopard yields its grip, stepping back with a bleeding face. Round 3. Pure lawless aggression clashes directly against physical muscle exhaustion. It slashes relentlessly, tearing the leopard's muscular shoulders, snarling with lawless venom. Utterly depleted, the giant leopard retreats, leaping up a thorny acacia to escape this madman. The outlaw honey badger roars in epic triumph, standing absolute on the scorched savannah sands. The ultimate biological verdict. Unyielding defiance and raw madness triumph over muscle mass. Though massive killers rule these dry wastes, they must yield to this tiny, stubborn gladiator. The honey badger's heavy neck muscle layers protect its cervical bones from fatal predatory bites. Its flexible claw joints anchor deep into sand, excavating cool escape tunnels underneath the burning sun. This raw, unyielding courage has been forged through millions of years of brutal African evolution. Neither heavy cat claws nor deadly cobra venoms can break the stubborn soul of this lawless outlaw. The solitary honey badger rules supreme as the brutal immortal emperor of the harsh African wastes. But what happens when this lawless outlaw collides with a colossal twisting assassin of the deep swamp? Enter the green anaconda, the colossal aquatic constricting wrestler of the dark Amazon swamps. Can the badger's raw aggression escape the suffocating 1,000-pound constricting grip of the Amazon basin? Beyond the border of the dry savanna, the Amazon Delta reveals a toxic, flooded world, where tangled mangrove roots conceal the bone-crushing coils of the ultimate water wrestler. Here, the semi-aquatic jaguar reigns armed with jaws optimized to puncture caiman skulls. This watery delta poses a fatal challenge, testing the limit of the forest's greatest cat. When sharp fangs meet the suffocating grip who claims the title of Swamp King, are you prepared to dissect the most violent anatomical duel in wildlife history? Do not miss the next episode decoding caiman-crushing bites versus underwater constriction. The Amazonian deathmatch between jaguar and green anaconda is officially unlocked. Click the next video immediately to discover the true emperor dominating the Amazon flooded forests.